It's always difficult finding out who you are, where you belong in this world, as it's never quite exactly easy to figure out where you're supposed to be. And as we have figured out with this one animated series, that's entirely the point. One woman can't seem to basically find much out for herself. She had a trial of love, and had to get out of that relationship to save her life. Then she ended up destroying the world, and also destroying the wedding, but finding true love in the process. So how is this woman exactly going to change everything out from that point onward? Well, that's what we're here to find out. To join me today, and we're going to take a look at a very questionable season, more on that later, but we're going to travel back to an animated series that I gave a lot of praise, and I might, excuse me, just might have to take that praise away. So join me as we're going to take a look at the third season of Greeting Gates and Nerds and Ladies Universe and White Nerdy. You know, earlier this year we took a look at the first and second season of Harley Quinn. The first season I absolutely loved, and the second season with no need, introduction because of how much I loved that one as well. So I said that I would check out the third season at some point, in which I actually did some point this year. I can't remember when. And I had to watch it 3 times to get a feel for it. Harley Quinn Season 1, watched it once, loved it. Harley Quinn Season 2, watched it once, loved it. This one was so questionable, I had to watch it 3 times. Why is that? And does it deserve basically my criticism for it? We are going to find out. I think what's even more questionable is that the copy that I have here came from a public library in Denver, Colorado. What's even worse is that this season is a lot more raunchier with nudity and stuff, so there's a lot I'm gonna have to, go around and whatnot and cut corners, but yeah. Not sure you'd want this in a public library. Anyways, so let's travel back to Gotham City and see what Harley and Ivy have been up to ever since they destroyed Kite Man and Ivy's wedding, after Harley admitted that she loved Poison Ivy. So let's travel back to Gotham City and check out the adventures of Harley Quinn and her crew. What's great is that right as we open, Harley Quinn catches up everybody upon Season 1 and Season 2 of Harley Quinn, so you don't necessarily have to see the other 2 seasons, which is nice. As we open up to Harley and Ivy watching a porn of themselves. Why? I guess they got so bored that they just decided to check it out for the hell of it. But the 2 ladies are madly in love and they've been hating up the world, killing people, making a name for themselves, and basically still being the best that they can be. It is until, by accident, Harley takes Ivy back to her eating that she had made long before they were a couple, and now she's inspired to remake her eating. As Ivy soon realizes that she's not as smart as she used to be, nor is she as powerful as she used to be, and thus she cannot complete her eating as planned. So she turns to the one man who can help her, Swamp Thing, aka one Alec Holland, who tied into the Green, who can help Ivy become more powerful. As however, Swamp Thing admits that the Green can turn you either evil or good, as Ivy had to prove herself, and that she was good and that her intentions were good. What's even more is that by accident she turned Frank the Plant more powerful, and that he was stolen by Bruce Wayne for a very, very evil intention. But in order to figure out this plan, they had to recall upon the powers of one man that was once her ally, Dr. Psycho, who is back in Season 3, and I couldn't be happier. As Harley ends up finding out the secret behind Bruce Wayne, which is not relatively a secret, but in the sense of the animated series, I suppose it is a secret. As she learns that Bruce's real secret is that he can't let go of what happened to his parents, and that he's turning Frank the Plant more powerful so he can resurrect his parents. for fuck's sakes. Okay. We're gonna do this, are we? We're gonna pull this. Okay. Alright, assholes. I'll play a game. You made me do it once during Christmas or Invasion of the Robo Santa, or the Invasion of the Secret Santas, or whatever, from the Batman the Brave and the Bold, where you made me rant about it. Okay, I have to go on a rant again. So rant incoming for those of you who don't want to listen, but we have to do it again. This makes absolutely no fucking sense for the character of Batman. Yeah, I know what you guys are gonna say, but he is suffering from what he had went through when he was a child. I get that. I get that. It's a terrible thing to go through. But here's the thing. While, yes, Bruce can't look past that, you have to understand that his life, at this point, for the man, had gotten better. He'd gotten Robin, Nightwing, Batgirl. He had his son that he can look after. He had the Justice League, his friends and comrades. He has Alfred, the man that had raised him since he was a kid. But he still, for some weird reason, writers and directors can't move past this. But he still had to fucking cry and whine over his parents being dead. This is a joke in the comic book community that we keep making because it's funny. And I know that you're doing this for comedy purposes because Harley Quinn is a comedy show and a parody show. But this, to me, just to me, I mean, if you guys found it funny, good for you. But to me, this just pisses me off to no end to have a great villain of Season 1, the Joker, a great villain of Season 2, which was all of the villains, and then you go, which could have been Darkseid, and then you go, forget Darkseid, forget Kite Man, forget having any villains like that, even like Joker coming back from being a stepfather, which is, by the way, adorable. Forget all that. Batman's the main villain because he can't let Mommy and Daddy go. Are you fucking yanking my chain? Yes, Bruce will always be traumatized by what happened to his parents. He will never move past that day, and he will never forget them and the crime that happened to them. As for Bruce, when he was 12 years old, it was the worst day of his life, as he got to see his parents be murdered right in front of him, and it traumatized him. Because Bruce never got to say goodbye, never got to share any memories with them, as the memories that he had were suddenly gone the moment they were gunned down. But eventually Batman got something he never knew that he wanted, a family. He had people that he could trust, rely on, and for the moment he was happier. Yes, he will always miss his parents. Yes, he will always be traumatized by the event, but the fact that he has a family that can basically look up to him makes him happier. But no, for a bunch of writers, Bruce Wayne is just a man-child trapped inside of a body who cannot let go of his parents. And why is that? Well,
circumstances aside, it is kind of enjoyable to be a kid again.
I haven't been a kid since I was 8 years old.
8, 10, 12, whatever, Batman's age always changes whenever that he loses his parents. It still pisses me off that they were so serious with this. In fact, they even have the darkest comedy moments where basically Batman kind of becomes a little bit like Ed Gein, where he has his deceased parents live with him. And everybody's fine with this. I know that with Ed Gein, it was just his mom that he dug back up, or someone that basically resembled his mother. But what the fuck? You know? It's just, what the flying fuck? But that's not all that Bruce Wayne had done. Not only did he resurrect his zombie parents, every other person in the world wants. Not only did he do that, but Bruce Wayne pretty much caused the fucking zombie apocalypse. Yes, you heard me right. He caused the motherfucking zombie apocalypse. And yeah, that all ended up happening. What's even more so is that later on, Poison Ivy actually had a choice to make, whether she was going to join the Green for the path of good or evil. Then guess what? Ivy joined the path of evil, only because she's sick and tired of the world mistreating plants and treating them as shit, so she now wants to take over and conquer the world.
What the fuck is happening here?
As Ivy then decides to take over the zombies and make them puke because their puke is magical, so that way there that she can take over the world as she sees fit. I also love the scene that's kind of like quickly put in of King Shark telling Batman that he's kind of fucked up and that he kind of started the zombie apocalypse because of him being a man-child. Which Bruce then decides to bury the memory once and for all, allowing King Shark to basically kill his parents yet again as what was done 30 years ago.
Okay, I've got like a million questions, but mostly what?
As Ivy decides to recreate her, basically Eden, something that she had started long ago that Harley had basically inspired her to start yet again. That is until Ivy almost killed Harley. So in order to basically save the woman that she loved, she decided to give up her Eden, which she's not happy about. As Harley went from henchwoman to basically her own woman to now being the boss of the entire, to now joining the basically Bat family, making her an anti-hero.
Wait, you forgot your sword? My little baby off to destroy people.
As Harley and Ivy agree and admit to each other that they will try to support one another, support their dreams, whatever that they want to do, and basically be supportive of just one another for their new couple's life. As the Bat family has a brand new member in Harley Quinn, but will she remain a member or turn against them? I guess we'll find out in the next season of Season 4. So, do I recommend Harley Quinn Season 3? Let me explain. See, Season 1 was great because it really highlighted about Harley going out on her own after being in an abusive relationship for God knows how long, and she actually made a name for herself. Season 2 was her finally becoming her own woman, but realizing that that past also had some several problems that she was not prepared for, as Harley's plan is basically sort of like Shaun from Shaun of the Dead. She kind of makes up everything as she goes and tries to have a plan, except it doesn't go exactly how she plans half the time. So she keeps making up more plans on top of that plan. So if like plan A fails, at least plan B through Z might be a success. And then there's Season 3, which they really try to highlight on basically Harley getting used to this new relationship, which that's a good positive message for people going into like new relationships and whatnot. That's good. Just wasn't really for me. Like the villain aspect, I immediately when that happened, I almost wanted to turn the series off and just go, just forget about the entire damn series, just in general, And they kind of like hinted at this a little bit here and there that was going to be the case, and I'm like, yep. Because online, like a couple years ago, I saw the Batman with the dead parent talking to Damian, and I'm like, this is very fucked up and very dark humor, not knowing it came from this season. So, yeah. So is Season 3 good? Yes, but at least like the first chunk of it. Like the first 5 episodes are wonderful and great and also really damn funny. And the last 5 are kind of like more of like the fucked up where are they going with this shit kind of territory, which had me nervous if I ever want to check out Season 4. It's just one of those, do I really want to go down that path, kind of thing, because I know that it ended with 4 seasons, and it's like, do I want to really see the final season? Yeah. It makes you wonder. But yes, I do recommend Harley Quinn Season 3, but not as much as Seasons 1 and 2, which in my opinion are better. If you know if Season 4 is any better than 3, let me know in the comments down below. If it's worse, also let me know in the comments down below. But Season 3, yeah, I'd give it a so-so. Like, if you like Season 1 and 2, it's still a worthwhile watch, especially if you still like the relationship of Harley and Ivy, which, by the way, Kaylee Kuko and Lake Bell, they were the ones that made this series for me, especially Season 3, just to tell you the truth. But, in all honesty, I think that you should still try to check out Season 3 and just know if it's there for you or not. Personally, for me, it wasn't, but it was still an enjoyable thrill ride. Just not one I would keep wanting to revisit over and over and over again like the first two seasons, but still I would recommend Harley Quinn Season 3 to check out, even if you're just a little bit curious. Guys, as always, thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like, share, comment, subscribe, hit that bell icon to be notified every single time we can upload. Follow me at Twitter, there's a link in the description down below. And while you're here, you may as well subscribe, hit the bell, leave a comment down below, share this video and the channel around the web. We're almost at 600 subscribers, surprisingly. Maybe by the time that this video premieres, we might have gotten there, we might have not, I don't know. But thank you guys so much for watching. I'll be getting the tablet nerdy, keep it on, and you know, it's kind of weird that there was basically a message of Christmas in this review, and couldn't help but notice if maybe if something was around the corner. What do you think, Santa Jack? Is it already close to that wonderful time of the year? I don't know. What do you think? My sentiments exactly. So, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll be hitting your voice. I want nerdy. Keep eking on. And until next time, guys, and as always, take care and see you next time.